Hey everyone, so we thought we'd just do a quick little reintroduction video and let you guys get to know us just a little bit better and the places we've been and seen and like. This is Ed, or Eddie, and I'm Monica, and together we are the Wandering Canadians. So we hope you travel with us and enjoy our journey with us. So April 29th, 2016, we moved into our van and decided to live a nomadic lifestyle, and we haven't regretted any moment of it since. Eddie has completely built our van from reused, repurposed items or free items as well, and it meets all the needs that we need to live. And anything we don't like, Eddie changes up or fixes on the road. Now, we've tried different things, and you can benefit from our experience, especially when we find something that's even a bigger game changer than the original one that we had. So this isn't our first go with van life at all. No, we've done it before when our children were 3, 4, and 5 years old, as a matter of fact. But we soon found out they needed a little more space to grow and thrive. So we opted and purchased a 35-foot pull trailer that we lived in for 10 years. We love this lifestyle. So just a little bit of background. Before we moved into our van again, our last child had just told us he was moving out of the house, and I was basically bedbound, staring at the same 3 walls of my bedroom due to 3 failed back surgeries and a host of falls due to the nerve damage created by my back injuries. The van has saved my life. These are the views I get to see. The sunsets, the lakes, the mountains are calling, and we answer. So there's not just one type of area or thing that we like to do. We like to search out all kinds of areas, from huge rainforests and finding fungi on the little paths that we travel, to even finding and seeing little amphibians like this moss-covered toad that few would ever see. There's all kinds of different water sources that we come upon, from beautiful lakes to this water reservoir. BC has an abundance of hydroelectric dams that we've come upon. And then, of course, there's those gorgeous waterfalls that are associated with all the mountains in the area. And even the lighthouses that beacon and protect all the ships in the harbors. So, of course, we love to spend time in the cities as well. So we do a lot of stealth camping in places like Vancouver, where there's some beautiful infrastructure and architecture. And the same thing with Victoria, our provincial capital. But we always go back to the parks and always check those out as well, no matter where we go. There's places like the edges of Canada, like Dawson City, the highest most city in North America, and the little ferry that takes you and connects you with Alaska. So if you followed us for any amount of time, you know we have a huge love for all of the wildlife, from Canada's moose to these wood bison, these incredible bears that we found up north. But we also love exploring places from castles to cabins in the woods that we might come across, and even down to little lean-tos that we have found on the Trans-Canada Trail. So we also have a love of trains and train stations, like this one in downtown Vancouver, or this other huge one in Nelson, BC. Then there's also the little ones in the communities, which are basically outdoor shelters. We've encountered all kinds of little ports and piers and docks, just absolutely stunning and gorgeous. Or seeing the wildlife that are in these areas, like the sea lions that were in this location. There's also restaurants on stilts that are also a float plane location, and these little ones that we find in the woods. So a major piece of advice if you're just starting out in this lifestyle: if you love the symphony, go to the symphony. Just do it bigger. Go in more places. If your grandchildren are growing up, meet them somewhere, like this beautiful light display place up in Whistler, and watch the wonder in their eyes as they see all these characters. We're fortunate our family understands our lifestyle, and they'll even meet us on the road, where we can spend time together and help mold and shape our grandchildren as they grow up. They have so many exciting things that they want to do, and even if we have to meet them in Squamish to go on the Polar Express with them, or stop at those roadside attractions and take pictures and make memories with them, that's exactly what we do. Our family means a lot to us, and where your heart is where you spend your time. So we love to spend time with our family, splashing in the ocean, watching them jump in the Okanagan warm lakes, or even having fun in the snow in different places in BC. So when we aren't with our family, we might be found in a place like here, having a meetup with other van dwellers, or off season at a coffee shop and just getting to know each other and sharing different stories and experiences with one another, planning our next place that we want to go and see, or sharing their pets, seeing as we don't have one, sitting at a beautiful coffee shop on an Okanagan lake, or sharing some of our favorite spots in the province. There's also the International Fireworks Festival that's held in Vancouver every year, so making sure we're there to watch those with either our children or share it with others that are van dwellers. So this brings us to the next extremely important part of our lives, the food. So food with friends or family is extremely important, and we enjoy every morsel of it. We cook almost everything from scratch, either in our van or on a barbecue outside of our van. And with Eddie being from Central America, the food has to be very flavorful and delicious, as opposed to the more bland North American diet that most of us have. Now, another important factor is Eddie is diabetic, and he actually was even on insulin at one point. So we've been able to through making good food choices, nutritious food choices, like choosing a bison steak instead of a regular fatty cow steak, he's been able to turn his diabetes around and get control of it. So another favorite thing that we love to do is spending time at beaches, where we can go searching on the beach or in the tidal pools and finding sea anemones or starfish and sand dollars. And then, of course, there's those gorgeous, irreplaceable Pacific sunsets that stir your soul like nothing else will. So we've had exciting things happen, like the hovercraft come up behind our van just a few feet away, bringing patients to the hospital, or even requiring a little bit of help ourselves once in a while. Even though things may happen in life, we've been fortunate enough to see the symbolism in the artwork, in the places that we've gone, and see what really matters and what's really important in life, and focus on those things. So we've already expressed how important family and friends are to us as we travel, but there's another thing that we seek out when we travel, and that's the animals in their elements, and interact with them as much as they permit, if they permit, like this little deer that came up to our son. We love seeing the diversity of the species and the freedom and amazing things like the eagles as they gather together for the spawning salmon, or the woodpecker that could care less that you're there because he's focused on the tree. And then there's the ones that are just as surprised that you are there watching them. So at the end of the day, we seek peace and tranquility in every place that we go, or even finding great spots to park with friends so that we can watch a movie in the woods or roast marshmallows over the campfire. We ask that you follow us on this great journey as we start another 5 years of this great life. We are the Wandering Canadians, and we hope you'll join us.